Hi, I'm Jessa. So this is about month 5 of the breastfeeding, breast pumping, and building your freezer stash. So what was I doing when my baby was 5 months old? So at this point, baby's still nursing. He nurses really frequently during the day, every 2 or 3 hours, but at night he started to give us like 6-hour stretches. Again, the first time I got 5 hours of uninterrupted sleep, I felt like a superhero. So this is 5 months in. I was still at home and my husband was back to work. And so I continued to try to just put 2 ounces of milk in the freezer every day. So first morning feeding, when I was really full, I would use my Haka, and I would use it on the side he wasn't nursing and just get 1 ounce. And the baby's on the other side, he would usually do, I think, about 10 minutes per side at this age. Then I would switch him over, and I'd use the Haka on the side he'd already nursed on to get a little bit of that hind milk. And I would just let that kind of hang out on there until he was done nursing. So sometimes it'd be on there for the full, 10 minutes. So that way I was able to get a little bit of foremilk and a little bit of hind milk, so it's a little more balance in what was going into the freezer. I put that straight into the freezer. And then in the evening time, my husband and I were switching off childcare duty. So every other night, because we have a toddler also, we would switch who was doing bedtime routines. So my husband was giving a bottle every other night to our baby, and we would take that for the bottle, we'd use some of the older milk out of the freezer to kind of rotate that freezer stash through, so we don't just have a whole bunch of milk in there that's like a year old, because we're closing on 5 months, right? So we want to be using the oldest stuff and then putting new stuff in to kind of rotate that supply through. So we would use a bottle, the milk out of the freezer. At this time, he was probably taking about 6 ounces. We always would err on the side of a little bit heavy. So if you actually only drank 4 or 5 ounces out of the 6-ounce bottle, that was fine for us. The rest of it just went, down the drain usually. But at least I gave him, a chance for a full meal. So that was how we handled the bottle. So it's every other day. And then I would usually do, on the nights that I nursed him, instead of my husband giving the bottle, I would do a dream feed. So he would nurse at 5 p.m., 7 p.m., and then 9 or 10 p.m. So we'd do that dream feed before I went to sleep. And on nights that my husband gave the bottle, I would nurse at 5, my husband would give the bottle at 7, and then I would do a pumping session at 9 or 9:30. So it's still only 4 hours for me in between nursing and pumping. And then that milk would go straight in the freezer because it's kind of replenishing what we'd taken out for the bottle. So that's what I was doing at 5 months old for breastfeeding, breast pumping, and building that freezer stash. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe for more information.